Hi, I'm Amy. Welcome if you're new. I love sharing easy, healthier recipes that are family friendly. I do have a 1-year-old and a 3-year-old, so if you hear any kids in the background, that would be them. And my 1-year-old just learned how to climb up in our tower over here. We have one of those towers for the kitchen, so she loves helping me cook. But today I'm sharing some quick and easy recipes. I did do a quick grocery haul to Trader Joe's, so I thought I would show you that along with the different recipes. And all of these recipes are only 5 ingredients, quick, they're less than 30 minutes to make, and they're just so tasty. So I thought a grocery haul would be fun since I went to the store and got these items. I just thought you might like to see what I got from Trader Joe's. And then of course I'll show the ingredients for these recipes as well. If you don't want to watch the grocery haul, you could skip to the 3-minute mark and just look and watch the recipes. I just got back from Trader Joe's. I'm going to try to film a really quick haul. There are my kids in the background, so you may be able to hear them. But I bought these roasted potatoes. I've never tried them before. They're from the freezer section. So 170 calories for a cup. Coleslaw kit comes with the dressing. I've never had that. We really like these. They're kind of a nice, really quick meal option, especially if you don't want to go out to eat, but you don't want to have to cook. 550 calories. I bought some mirepoix. Not sure how to say that. I've never tried this before. It's a chimichurri rice. It looks really good, but I'm not sure if it is. I also bought the vegetable fried rice. We love that. Another one of those breakfast burritos. Some cheese tortellini, Parmesan, and then the chicken nuggets. I have tried like the fresh chicken nuggets once before. Those are tasty, but they didn't have them today. Here is nutrition info on this as well. I'm just showing you everything as I take it out of the bag. We love this oatmeal. It's organic rolled oats with amaranth, quinoa, chia seeds, and ground flax seeds. I also always like to buy some pasta there. We love these rolls. They're so good with like Parmesan and tomatoes. You can make pizza rolls, anything like that. They're really, really tasty. They hold their shape really well with any sort of sauce. And then some buns. And I also love this sparkling water. It's really tasty, and I find that I really like to kind of keep it in the fridge and drink it throughout the day. It's a nice way to get some water in that has a nice flavor. Here's the last bag. I got some apples. We really like to have these, and apples are coming back in season, so that's really nice. Some roasted red pepper and tomato soup, the low sodium kind. That's the kind we like to get. I actually thought I got just the tomato, but this is the roasted red pepper, which is okay. We really like these granola bites, and they come with 5 packages in here, 110 calories. We like this hand sanitizer. I think it's $2, and it's great to keep in your purse, in your car, in your diaper bag, anything like that. Orzo. I have never tried these before. I got these for my husband. I thought he would enjoy them, but there's the nutrition information. I love tomatoes, again, on those rolls and just in pasta, anything like that. My kids love to just eat these just fresh, just pop them in their mouth. I love Sun Gold kiwis. That's upside down, but I love these kiwis. They're so sweet and tasty. Some bananas, and then I got some fresh thyme. The first recipe is a beef and orzo soup. This is just so quick to make. It is really versatile. You can make it like a thicker soup or a thinner soup, and it's all cooked in one pot, which is pretty great. It has a really nice hearty flavor as well. I think this one's perfect for transitioning into fall. I still can't believe it's fall, but I think it's just a really great recipe for that. And again, it's really versatile depending on how you want to make it. There's an orzo, some Parmesan. I might go ahead and shred up some more if I need more. I just bought this mix of celery, carrots, and onions. I meant to buy just the low sodium tomato soup and then ground beef. So let's go ahead and get started on this dinner. First, I cooked the ground beef just because I like to have the ground beef in smaller pieces, and I thought this would be the easiest way. I used a tiny bit, like less than a teaspoon of olive oil, just because this is not a nonstick pan, and I thought it would help it not to stick. I will say next time I'll add the veggies first, cook those down, and then add the ground beef, just because the veggies still had a very slight bite to them. So I just thought I would let you know so that if you do make this, you'll cook the veggies first, just because those take the longest to cook. Okay, let's go ahead and add the veggies in. I'm going to cook this until the veggies get a little bit soft and until the ground beef is completely cooked through, whichever one happens last. I'm going to cook it until then. I'm going to go ahead and leave the meat and the veggies in the pot and add the soup. And then I'm also actually going to fill up this container again with water all the way to the top. I figure this way I'll get more of that soup out, and then I'm just going to go ahead and dump the orzo right into this pot with all the other ingredients. I do like this to be really thick. If you like a thinner soup, I would add 2 packages of that tomato soup. At this point, I'm going to go ahead and cover it, and then once it comes to a boil, I'll add the pasta and just cook it like normal orzo. I'm adding in the whole pound just because we like a really thick soup, but if you like your soup to be thinner, then I would either add more liquid or add less pasta. But I think this is going to be perfect for us. I'm just going to cook it for about 5 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and taste it to see if it needs any more seasoning. I think it definitely needs more seasoning, so I'm going to add some garlic powder, a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper, and finally some basil. I did actually go back and add more basil, more garlic, and more salt once I tasted it again. And the pasta is actually not all the way cooked, but I'm going to turn off the heat just because it's going to be sitting in this really hot soup. And at this point, I'm also going to go ahead and add the cheese. I'm going to do slightly less than a half cup. A lot of times when you're making this kind of like beef and pasta and tomato soup, you'd want to add some sort of like cream, heavy cream, half and half, something like that. But this tomato soup from Trader Joe's, and I think also like Pacifica, if that's the right brand, has tomato soup that's a creamy tomato soup. So this actually already has milk in it. And that's everything for this soup. I tried it. It has a great flavor. It's a great texture. We like our soup really thick, like I said, so it will kind of continue to thicken up as it cools a little bit. And I can't wait to have this for dinner. And don't forget, I do include the recipe in the description. Next, I'm going to be making a cheesy thyme tortellini. This one is so tasty. It's so quick, and we love mushrooms over here, but if you don't like mushrooms, you could use asparagus or peas or spinach or even bacon if you want to add a meat to this. That would be really good. And you could use a combination of those as well if you'd like. But this is just a really rich dish. It has a really nice sauce. It's just so quick to make. And I will say, we do like mushrooms, and my 17-month-old loved the mushrooms. I couldn't believe it. She like ate the mushrooms before the tortellini. But if there's one to try, I would say it's this one. It was probably our favorite one. Just had a really great depth of flavor. And I think the tortellini really helps with that and kind of adds a nice flavor as well. But we loved them all, but this one especially is so tasty and just so simple. But I got this cheese tortellini. You could use ravioli, just regular pasta. I've got some thyme. I'm just going to go ahead and just throw a couple of whole sprigs in there with the mushrooms while we're cooking those. And then I have some Parmesan. I'm also going to add a little bit of butter or olive oil just to kind of saute the mushrooms up. While the water's on and I'm waiting for it to boil, I'm going to go ahead and shred up the Parmesan. I'm going to go ahead and mince the garlic just with this same grater, just the other side, the smaller side. I'm going to go ahead and slice up the mushrooms. I like the mushrooms to be pretty thinly sliced, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. We're over at the stove now. I'm going to put about a teaspoon of olive oil in a skillet. The water is also boiling, so I'm going to go ahead and drop in the pasta. The tortellini needs to cook for 5 minutes. So while that's cooking, I'm going to go ahead and saute up the mushrooms, and I'm also just going to throw in those thyme sprigs so that that flavor can kind of meld with the mushrooms. I've never tried just throwing whole like stems of thyme in there in a recipe like this, but it is pretty tedious to pick all of the herb off of like the stem. So I hope this will work well and just kind of impart that delicious thyme flavor into this dish. So the mushrooms only need another minute or two, and the pasta will also be ready in 2 minutes. So this timing is going to be perfect. Once these cook down a little bit more, I'll add in the garlic. I don't want to burn it, so I'm only going to cook that for like 30 seconds. I'm also going to add in 1 more teaspoon of olive oil and also just the tiniest sliver of butter, about a teaspoon of butter. I think the combination of butter and olive oil work really well together, and they each provide kind of like a different flavor. At this point, let's go ahead and add in that tortellini. And I saved about a tablespoon of pasta water. I'm going to add that in as well, just to kind of make everything combine really well. Let's also just go ahead and add in that cheese that we shredded, as well as a little bit of pepper. And then I'm going to add some salt. All right, let's stir this all together. I'm just going to go ahead at this point and pull out those sprigs of thyme. The last recipe I'm sharing is a hot honey chicken sandwich. This one's so simple, it uses some shortcuts, but it probably only takes like 15 or 20 minutes. And I love hot honey. I think it's so good on eggs, on toast, on sandwiches. I had it on a BLT for lunch today, and it's just so delicious. So I'm gonna show you how I make that one now. Only 4 ingredients, some burger buns. You could use rolls, any sort of buns. You could use like wraps, like tortillas. I'm using a coleslaw kit. You could just use shredded cabbage and your favorite like vinaigrette, or you could make your own coleslaw. I'm just gonna use this with the dressing. Some chicken nuggets, and then hot honey. So I'm just taking that whole bag of coleslaw and adding in the dressing. And I'm just gonna mix everything up. Now I'm gonna get started on the chicken. So I'm just gonna cook these chicken nuggets in the air fryer. While the chicken nuggets are cooking, I went ahead and sprayed the buns with some olive oil spray. I figured they would taste really good toasted. I just noticed that chicken is raw, so I'm actually going to temperature check it since I'm using an air fryer, and there are not air fryer instructions, so I want it to be at 180. I added hot honey to half. My kids wouldn't like the hot honey, so I just did it for my husband and my sandwiches. And I just went ahead and air fried the buns. I just did it for 2 minutes and it was perfect. Then I assembled, I just put a few chicken nuggets on the bun, added in that coleslaw, and topped it with some more hot honey. Since the chicken nuggets don't have any like seasoning, more hot honey is always a good idea. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you did. That really helps. And also, if you have any recipes that are your favorites or that you want me to try to make, leave them in the description below. I love trying new recipes. I will see you next time. I do post every single week. Bye.